Hello everyone, Admin Pikachu here. So today I'm going to answer some of the questions from the Ask the Admin post, and I have Tristan here to help me do that. I have a feeling this will be a long video, so I'm not going to waffle on too much about introductions, so let's just get going, shall we?
Okay.
Hi.
Alright, the first question comes from Leo, and he asks...
Leon,
sorry. And he asks, Pixie, how many times did you visit the land of the rising sun?
so before now it's been 3, and in July it will be 4 times.
The next question from Leon is, can you speak, read, or write Japanese? And if the latter is positive.
はい、私は少し日本語が話します。That means I can speak a little bit of Japanese. And we're learning to write. And you asked what kana I can speak, and so when you begin to learn Japanese, you always learn hiragana. And hiragana is this one. And it's basically a simplified version of kanji, which is the Chinese symbols. Now, hiragana is the primary base alphabet because it covers all of the phonetics of the Japanese language. Katakana is which is this, a recent introduction, and that's basically used for imported words, like foreign words. So, for example, internet. Internet is universal, but it's not a Japanese word, if that makes sense. You can Google this shit, it's really easy to find. Hi.
Next question is, were you and your partner both into Japanese culture, or did one drag the other into it?
We were both into it equally, I would say. I dragged Tristan to Japan. I made Tristan come to Japan. So when we first met and I went to Japan, I came back and I was like, we're going to Japan again. I'm going to go again. You're coming with me and we're going to do it properly. So I literally made him save all of the money he earned so he could take me to Japan. And it's my fault that he's got back into Pokemon. Before he met me, I'm pretty sure I heard rumours he used to tease his friends who liked Pokemon. He's smirking because I'm right, but now he loves it. Hi, dozo.
Right, next question is, are you in any Japanese Pokemon groups on Facebook or websites?
No, because I'm only on a few Pokemon groups for a number of reasons. Basically, just because I'm doing a master's degree and I don't have time to be active in all groups, and I'm very easily distracted. Ask Abby, I'm the queen of procrastination. Hi, dozo.
The next question is, how excited are you for our gathering?
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So fucking excited. I'm so excited. I didn't swear. Really excited.
Do you and Abby, perhaps there are other modes involved in the organisation? If so, I am not aware, sorry. Brainstorm about it a lot.
So basically how it started, Abby texted me one day saying, "Can I call you? I need to talk to you." And she had this brainwave. She's like, "Want to organise a meet-up?" I was like, "Okay." And she was like, "Let's do this." So we started planning, and then we sent Malika, who's also UK based, and Alec, who's UK based, and they sort of got involved, and we started up a group chat to see if it was viable, and we all agreed that it's a good idea, and it is indeed viable. And then we notified the other admins, but it's Abby's plan, and I think the ultimate goal is you're going to be our allies, and eventually we are going to kill the Potato King.
The same question I asked Malika,
Right.
but now mashed into one sentence. Which Pokemon games do you own, and what is your play style? Breeding, collecting, competitive battle, wonder trading, army, etc.
Oh, okay, so is that what games do I own?
Correct.
Hi, I used to own all of them. There's a bit of a sad, angry story behind that. I used to own all of them, and they were boxed, mint condition. I collected them as I grew up. A lot of my original childhood games have been withheld by one of my exes, and he, to just be a douche basically, he kept most of them. So it'll we're slowly building my collection back up thanks to Tristan. He's gone out of his way to try and find me some perfect mint condition older games, but it'll be easier to tell you the ones. So I still have my original red, blue, and yellow cartridges, but I don't have the boxes anymore, unfortunately. So I'd like to get just the boxes or maybe the whole set. So red, blue, green, yellow, and it would be gold, silver. We've got crystal now. Ruby, sapphire, and fire red are the ones I need to replace. And some of the secondary games, like the original Pokemon Ranger, I've got my case, but I didn't have the cartridge because my ex used to play it, and he never gave it back because he's a douche. The Red Rescue Team, I have blue. Explorers of Time and Explorers of Sky. Oh, I know what I can do. I didn't introduce you in Japanese. We could do that. Oh, Tristan's hurrying me along, so I'm not going to do that. Baka. Come on then, ask me the next question.
Can you say London, baby?
London, baby! So excited.
And the last question from Leon is: do you ever join the groups that do a S4S that in Taka?
Yes. There's some groups that I was already a member of prior to Assassins. I was an admin in another group. That's actually, we did an SRS agreement. That's how I got into TapBack. But I have joined some of the others, but I've also left some of the others for reasons of drama. Soz. But yeah.
Okay, the next question comes from Cody. And he says, what if Poe was not potatoes?
That would be a very sad day indeed, because it wouldn't be potato, would it? Potato.
Okay, the next question comes from Adrian. They
Right.
ask a few questions.
Right.
The first one is, if you could travel back in time for one day, what era would you travel to? What would you do through your day?
I like this one. So I would go back to ancient Egypt, the 18th dynasty, which is the Egyptian New Kingdom, specifically in 1323 BC. And I want to go back to the day that King Tutankhamun died, because I want to know how he actually died. There's a lot of interesting theories that surround it. There's some really evil, grim, crime thrill ones, like, oh, he was brutally murdered for blah 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 blah. But then there's some theories like he had a malaria, died of a wisdom tooth infection, blah. Just loads and loads of really interesting theories. And in a previous life, I wanted to be an Egyptologist, and one of the theories I was particularly interested in was why King Tut died. He was a very overrated in some respects, but overrated for a reason. Very interesting part of Egyptian history there.
Next question is, if there was a zombie outbreak, which of your admin colleagues would you take with you as a companion? Note, you are only able to take one weapon of choice.
Ah, right, okay, so I'm going to answer the weapon of choice first. I would get something like a big blunt object like Thor hammer or something, because there's two reasons for that. To kill a zombie, which I wouldn't really want to kill zombies because they're quite cool, but to kill a zombie, you bash their heads, just beat the shit out of them. Bullets run out, and I'm really shit shot, like long shoots, not good. And it'd be the same with bow and arrows, etc. Swords get blunt, and if a sword blunts, it's a really thin edge. You want a big blunt object that you can use over and over and just to pummel the crap out of their heads. So it would be maybe like a Thor hammer, in short. What now? If I was conniving, I would pick an admin that can't run very well, because as long as the zombie's being preoccupied eating, I can get away. But then surely in the long run, I would need someone who's equally as cunning as me, so we can work together as a team and kill loads of zombies. So I want to say Abby, because Abby's really scary when she wants to be, and I'm pretty sure she can scare the hell out of some of those zombies. Malika will kill me because I know she's really serious about this stuff, and I'm pretty sure she would be a good member, but Malika's nice and Abby's really scary. So Abby, I think.
And the last question is, what is your favourite Ninja Turtle?
Donatello. I like Donatello because Donatello, when I was younger, like I'm really into art and I like the artist. And Donatello, I just thought was really cute and sweet. The others were really cool, but Donatello was just the nicest one. Right.
Right, next
Hi.
questions come from Angel, and she asks, "What are you are you going to get Pokemon Moon or Pokemon Sun?"
I'm gonna get both. I'm gonna get Moon for the Japanese, my Japanese DS, and I'm gonna get Sun for the English DS. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna get it the other way around. I'm gonna get Sun for the Japanese DS because it's a Land of the Rising Sun. It's cute. It's cheesy. Um, and then I'll get Moon for the English DS.
Yeah. And the other question is, what is your favourite Pokemon?
Mew. Contrary to popular belief, it's Mew.
Next question comes from Amy, and
What?
she asks of you, who is your most favourite gym leader and why? If you have more than one, choose your top three.
Okay. Well, it'll be Sabrina, specifically from Gen 1, because I remember as a little girl, like, I really liked psychic Pokemon, and I thought Sabrina was amazing. I liked her in the stories, and I like her in the game. And I remember her just being the hardest one to beat for me as a kid. I got so frustrated with her. And then, like, when I finally beat her, it was like the biggest achievement. I got peed off trying to get to her as well. The bloody teleportation system was annoying. Bearing in mind, I was really young, and this game was just frustrating as hell. I do it really easy now, but when I was a kid, it was like a massive achievement to beat Sabrina. That's why I like Sabrina. Hi, Dozzle.
Next question is, what is your favourite shiny Pokemon and why?
Magikarp. Because it's a golden carp. It's amazing. He's a freaking golden fishy. He will kick your ass.
Next questions come from Malika.
Hi.
She asks, is Pixie your birth name or did you choose it when you got older? It's really cool.
As far as everyone's concerned, it's my name. It's not my birth name. It's my chosen name, and I chose it when I was about 15, I think. Everyone called me Pixie mainly because of my height, and it just stuck. And as an artist, us artists have to have cool names to be remembered, and I think Pixie just suits me. When people find out my real name, they kind of freak out about it because it doesn't suit me. Hi, Guzzle.
What's your favourite holiday you've ever been on?
That's two. There's two favourite holidays I have. So the first one was the first time I went to Egypt. It was one of my life goals to go to Egypt, and when I was 18, shortly after my nana passed away, I thought, screw it, I don't want to be in this country for my birthday. I'm going to Egypt. I'm going to fulfill my dream and be an adult. So I went for a cruise down the Nile, and then I stayed in a place called Karnak, which is in Luxor, next to one of my all-time favourite temples, which is Karnak Temple. And it was just the most beautiful experience ever. So I've been like 7, 8 times now to Egypt, but the first time is the most memorable for me, I have to admit. And the other holiday is the second time I went to Japan, the first time with Tristan, because we went to Kyoto, then we went to Tokyo, and we just had a really good time. And we went on a Pokemon train. Yay! And we got to cuddle a giant Snorlax.
Next question is, if you could have a team of 6 Pokemon in real life, who would you choose and why?
This is really hard. Like, the Pokemon that I would choose wouldn't necessarily be for battle. It's more for companionship and like life journey. So Mew, because Mew's my favourite, and Pikachu because Pikachu's also like very, very close favourite. Meowth because I love kitties. Haunter because I'm quite a joke prankster, and so is Haunter by nature. He's quite a little trickster, so we would get up to all sorts of mischief. Then Valporion because I love Valporion, and if I wanted to go swimming in the sea, Valporion could come with me, and we could swim together, and it would be cute. And Victini because if I ever get cold, Victini will warm me up. And Victini's cute. I know he's not technically a kitty, but he looks like a cute little kitty. And like I like flying as well, and I had a bit of a debate about this earlier. I really like flying, but like Mew kind of covers that in two respects. So like if I wanted to just float about above the land, he can make me a little bubble that I could float on, and if I wanted to go anywhere, Mew would teleport me there instantly like that. Right? Does a
The next questions come from Abby,
right?
and she asks, "How is Pokemon Green?"
It's good. I've not played much of it because it's all in kanji, which is very difficult to read. We're talking about the new one. I've got green on my Japanese DS, by the way, guys. So it's good. I'm enjoying it, but I'm also playing yellow at the same time, as well as playing Oras as well. So I'm playing 4 different games whilst trying to maintain a full-time job. It's quite hard, but it's fun.
Next question is, what is your favourite Pokemon game ever and why?
That's a hard one. For nostalgia, it's got to be Gen 1, like red, blue, and green and yellow. It's got to be Gen 1, purely for nostalgia. Alright, Dozo.
Next question is, who's your favourite evolution and what do you want to see from the next game's Sun and Moon?
It's really hard. I love evolutions. I've actually got I've got Valporion tattooed on me, and I've got Espeon tattooed on me, but I also want Umbreon tattooed on me. I really like those 3, but then I really love Sylveon too. I love the evolutions. For the new Sun and Moon game, there's a few things I'd like to see. I'd like to see another evolution actually, and the rumours about the cosmology type or whatever the rumours are floating about. That would be pretty cool, but there's so much scope for the evolutions. Like there's still dragon type, there's flying type, there's rock. There's so much scope for that, so that would be cool in itself. But moving away from the evolutions, I would like to. I think it's going to be a really cool game. I like the fact that they're merging all the other games together somehow. But I think what I would like is more Pokemon like realistic voices when they come through. So like you get Pikachu and all that. Like, that would be cool. But also like the Pokemon come out of their balls and follow you like in yellow. That would be fun. Kawaii desu.
Last question from Abby is, why does waking up early make you so damn hungry?
Because it's telling you, your body's telling you need cake for breakfast, and cake is a perfectly stable breakfast to have.
Next questions, they come from Danny.
Hi.
Danny asks, what's the first thing you are going to do in Japan?
Well, the Pokemon Centre's going to be closed by the time we get out of the airport. So I don't think we'll be going there, unfortunately. I'm landing in Osaka, and I hear that Osaka has some really nice okonomiyaki. So we'll probably go for okonomiyaki, or we will. Well, where we're staying is right by the food strip, so it'll certainly be eating food. And then the next morning, I will be waking up seriously early to go to the Pokemon Center.
Next question is, do you remember that beat we made?
The bet we made.
The bet we made.
Yes, I do. I do remember it. I know what he's referring to. I do remember it. We made 2 bets, actually. And you failed one, and I am going to dress you up as a woman for Comic-Con. You're going to be Jessie. Sorry, Abby. You're either going to have to go as Jessie and Jessie, or Abby will have to be James and Danny will be Jessie. I'm not having it either way. Either way. And the other bet was, you have to pass my kawaii test in order for me to buy you stuff from Japan. And so far, I've done 2 kawaii tests on you, and you refuse to partake in one. So, you're not doing too well at the moment. Can you pass the battery charger out of the north bag? And I'll continue reading the questions, because the battery's dying. Were we on Danny? Right. Danny also asks, what is your favourite pastime which isn't Pokemon? And that would be photography. By trade, I'm a photographer. a fine art photographer. I'm an artist, and I use photography as my medium. So my favourite thing in the whole entire world, if I'm not taking photos, I love taking photos at night and I love being creative. It's experimenting in the darkroom. I work in black and white and colour darkroom, primarily colour at the moment, so yeah, printing in the darkroom is a favourite pastime of mine. If you had a chance to slap Abby, will you use a glove, a human foot, or a piece of smelly fish? Well, I wouldn't slap Abby, I would slap you, and I'd slap you with both a big, fat, wet, smelly fish, which is a twit like you, and your own human foot. I will cut your foot off and smack you with it. You can carry on.
Okay.
That wasn't at all aggressive, was it? I'm actually a pacifist, can you believe this? Speed this up.
Here's a fun one.
Right?
Make one question for yourself and answer it.
Oh, that's hard. That's a really hard one. So I'm going to go off the top of my head and what is my favourite word to say or something? So I like saying the word wakarimasu, which means understand. I just think it's a nice word. Right, that's all.
Last question from Danny is,
Yep.
why are you a pixie and not a fairy?
A pixie is a type of fairy. It's a sprite, and pixies are mischievous. So pixie embodies all of the kindness, love, and empathy for the world and affinity with nature that a fairy does. But they've also got that added mischievousness, and it's an innocent sort of mischievousness. So yeah, that's why I'm a pixie.
Next questions come from Vanessa.
Right.
And says, say something in slang or something native language.
So it's kind of hard to identify what is British slang. So all I can say is like, I'm gonna go up the old apple and pears to get my dog and bone so I can cool my skin and blister. Which basically translates to I'm gonna go up the stairs to find my phone and call my sister. Right, those are.
Okay. Next thing is OTP all the time.
Oh, Abby told me what this means, and it means one true pairing or something. And if that's correct, I'm sorry if it isn't. I honestly believe, this is a hard one because I'm going to refer to Satoshi, which is Ash, and Serena. I want Ash and Serena to be together because that's cute. But before Serena came along, there was Misty. That's hard. It's hard. One of those two.
Next question is,
Right, does it?
if you got to work at the Pokemon Center in Japan or the Nintendo company, what would you add and your reaction?
God, I'd freak out if I worked in either of those companies. Okay, so if I worked in the Pokemon Center, I would change the fact that it's quite a conservative. Japan's quite conservative, and you're sort of you can't have tattoos or different color hair in the workplace. And for Pokemon, I think that should just be voided because most Japanese anime sort of encourage this sort of wacky, crazy fashion style. So through company policy, I'll change the fact that you can't have colour hair, and if I was to add anything, I would have more Pikachu takeover events. Nintendo company I think is pretty amazing, so I don't think I'd change anything about that, apart from I would be unfireable, so I could stay there forever and ever and ever. Right.
Next question is, if I may add, say kawaii to Danny's face.
Kawaii! In May, I'm going to say it right in your face. Kawaii, kawaii, kawaii. I'm going to keep saying that till you ask the next question. Kawaii.
Next question. If you were to get a job in the Pokemon world, what would it be?
Officer Jenny.
Photographer?
Officer Jenny. I'd be a photographer in part-time, but I'd be Officer Jenny. Or I'd be a professor.
Next question is, if technology finally could bring monsters to life, Pokemon, Digimon and such, would you agree with this?
Given how we currently treat, as a general, this is a very blanket term, given how the majority of people mistreat animals in our world, I would say no. Because we can't even treat animals correctly, and that will be ultimately passed on to Pokemon. And until we can learn to treat our own animals, this sounds like a really bad speech. Okay, I just think because animals are mistreated in the world, generally that would imply that a lot of people wouldn't know how to treat Pokemon correctly, and just to put that amount of harm and disrespect towards any living creature isn't right at all. So at the current state, no. Although I would like it, just too much hostility in the world for it to be viable, I reckon. Right, does it?
Okay, next question comes from Marco. And it says, what's your favourite colour hat to wear?
Blue. And this one. I like blue though. Complements my hair.
Next question is, what Pokemon region would you live in?
Kanto.
And what's your occupation / Pokemon in region?
Pikachu and or Mew. And again, Officer Jenny.
Okay. Next question comes from Emily. She asks, who was / is the most influential person in your life and why?
It was my Nana. My Nana's unfortunately passed away now, but my Nana taught me so many wonderful things, and she made me the person who I am. And she was just genuinely an amazing person anyway, and for so many reasons. There's just no words to encapsulate why she was such a profound influence on my life, but it will always be my wonderful Nana.
Next question comes from Kathy. She asks, what is your favourite Pokemon card?
Oh, okay, so I've got a number of favourite cards, but it'll be Ancient Mew. These are the original ones from when I was a kid. Just because nostalgia, and it was like one of my first promo cards. I lost my cool when I went to the cinema to see that. So, yeah, that's why. This one from the Pokemon Kion. Pokemon Kion series, the Full Art Pikachu. Because it's a truckload of Pikachus. Well, that's just happiness in a little card right there. And these guys. I love Pikachu promos. This whole folder's like got a number of Pikachu promos, so yeah. That's my favourite so far. Hi Dozzle.
Next question is, what's your favourite animal?
Cat. I like cats and I like rodents. I love a lot of animals, but cats. Hands down, kitties.
Okay, next question.
Kawaii Miko.
Next questions come from Marky.
Hi.
They ask, what is opposite for opposite?
Identical. The same. Indifferent.
Next question is, how much wood can a wood Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris sucks. I would beat Chuck Norris's ass. Don't like Chuck Norris. Don't even continue that. I will break that man's soul.
And next question is, are you a wizard? Well, are you a pixie?
I'm a pixie, and Teresata is the wizard. That's his actual nickname. Hi, Dozzle.
Next questions come from Lorna. What? Asks,
Lorna.
do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah! You should break out into song when you sing that, Tristan. I can't sing, so I'm not going to do it.
The next question is, if we ever meet, can I have hugs?
You can have all the hugs in the world, Lorna. Okay, and I believe that is it. Thank you, guys. Arigatou gozaimashita. Sayonara.